All right, collective. So this morning I woke up and I had the phrase that they keep moving the goalpost coming through. So these are people who are delving into your creative waters here, who are taking your ideas, who are taking your fruits and then moving the standard that you set and forcing you to kind of make up the difference here. And you keep bridging this gap here, and these people are kind of like at a loss of what to do because they're like, what the fuck? All right, so let's just get into this reading today and see what this energy is. I call upon the Most High, my ancestors, angels, demons, spirit guides, and power animals. Please be here with me here and now. Protect me as I channel. Use me as a mouthpiece of the divine to deliver clear, precise, concise, and accurate messages for the highest truth, clarity, and benevolence of all involved. Please dispel the veil of falseness and allow that which needs to be seen. Allow that which needs to be known, and give me the discernment to know what needs to be said and what needs to be omitted. And then any spirits of opposition, delay, procrastination, illusion, confusion, or distortion must leave this place at once. Ashe. All right, let's get into it. And then welcome y'all to Ghostwriter Intuition. My name is Bree. I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner over here, as well as president of the Motorcycle Club. Go on and hit that like and subscribe button as you're coming in so that we can get these messages out to the people who need to hear them, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with all of our investigative reads, zodiac readings, as well as spiritual warfare tips and tricks. Now let's get into this energy here. Who is this? What's the energy of this person that keeps moving the goalpost here? What's the energy of this person that keeps moving the goalpost here? We have reunion of souls here. Ancient wisdom. What's the energy here? That was too many cards. So with reunion of souls being here, I'm picking up on this is somebody who wants to keep you from coming home to yourself here. This is somebody who wants to create some sort of soul fragment for you that they can kind of feed off of and use to basically imitate your ancient wisdom here. But you keep moving into balance here, balancing your light and your dark here, and moving through these cycles of growth, these cycles of stagnation, and coming out on top here. And you've been refining your discernment, so you're seeing through the illusions that these people are trying to cast for you, and understanding, you know, not every branch is meant to necessarily be, you know, rested upon. So basically not all who smile at you are for your benefit here. Let's see. Let's get some more information from the Halloween Oracle here. What else do we need to know about this moving the goalpost energy, Spirit? What's this moving the goalpost energy? Show me. What's this moving the goalpost energy? We have the skull of flowers. We're creating through the ashes here. Yeah, so that kind of echoes back with what I said with that movement into balance card. You've been able to like move through these cycles and create even despite the challenges that they've set out for you by trying to exploit any sort of blind spots that they might think that you have with the skull of darkness here. But what they're not realizing is that, even though it looks like you might have blind spots, this light from the divine that you were tapped into illuminates everything that you need to see here, and your connection with your ancestors, with remembrance here, also protects you from whatever games they like to play here. So you may need to light some sort of oil lamp for your ancestors and to help bring in your manifestations here so that you can get the recognition that you deserve for the ideas that you've created here. And don't be afraid to step into your hidden talents at this time in order to like, these are hidden ancestral talents that have been passed down to you in order to spread your wings and truly take off from this period of confusion and this period of delay that has been caused by these people. I'm hearing move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. So this might be somebody who thinks that they're going to stand in your way as an obstacle here for whatever reason. Show me more about this energy, Spirit, before we get into the tarot. Well, that was too many cards. But the one that came out, that flipped over, is the Angel of Alchemy with a miracle here. So as you protect your heart space, you are alchemizing this negativity that's been sent to you, and you're gaining even more wisdom. And what's going to happen is that as you take the time out for yourself to connect with your ancestors and with your angels, you're going to end up getting your aha moment that's going to end up leading to this big break and like a new opportunity for you here. Because somebody is holding on way too tightly, and there's a need to like clean up this stagnant energy that has come from them holding on to you. Like they're holding on to you and giving you, with this moving the goalpost, it's like they're giving you this guidance, but it's not leading you to anywhere that's like gonna do you any good here. So it's like cleaning up the influences that are coming in and maybe shutting out outside influences so that you can be your own light in the dark here. Like this card is making me think of anglerfish with the way that the light is like hanging off of her wing here. So like anglerfish are their own light in really dark areas of the ocean. So it's like you don't need to follow anyone else's lantern, you have your own here. With Angel de los Muertos transitions to the spirit realm. This is again giving me ancestral connections, helping you to move into balance. And then again, we have this protection of the heart space here. So there's a need to do some heart space healing as well, so that you can better align with the spiritual world around you. And to better like bridge the gap between like the mind and between the earth. So like the heart space is the gate between like, you know, the physical and the spiritual here. And that'll help you to release your power with the Dress of Alchemy here, number 33. Let's get some tarot. What do we need to know about this moving the goalpost situation here, Spirit? We have the Hermit, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Swords here. So there's a need to go alone here to release the burdens of the ideals and the actions that everyone else has done against you here, and to kind of walk away from any sort of conflict that people are trying to bait you into here because of operating out of subconscious ideals, subconscious immaturity, because they don't have the balance between their wild side and their domesticated side here. Because in this independence that you take, even though it looks like, you know, somebody might want it to look like exile, really in your independence here, you're going to be in a season of abundance and in a season of communication with the divine here, with this woman holding onto this bird here. So tend to your hearth, tend to your home, tend to your own feminine energy here. Like, and by giving to yourself, you'll be able to better discern like what collaborations you want to bring forward in the future, like what type of person you want to collaborate with, what type of collaborations you want to have, and like how you are going to show up in those relationships here.
Bronze energy. Thank you.
Yeah, because we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse under this Ten of Wands. So it's like people have been, like the people you've been working with have been wanting to like lay their bullshit down at your doorstep, but they're not really giving you much to go on in return. It's like an imbalance in give and take here. Trying to keep you conflicted with your own intuition, trying to get you to pour out your own cup from the divine here, so that they can steal that which was meant for you. Yeah, because of inner child scarcity wounds, that prevent true friendship and true collaboration here. With this being the Moon and the Six of Cups, this is also potentially somebody that looks like they cling to ideals of purity, but behind the scenes it's like an unascended scorpionic energy here, like psychological taboos, sexual taboos, things like that. So like this could be somebody that's like moving this goalpost because you won't give in to these this energy that's being projected at you. Like they think you should be friendly, they think you should be kind, but they don't have to reciprocate that. This person may have even given you some sort of a Trojan horse in the form of a gift. Yeah, with the Ace of Swords coming out. Yeah, someone gave you some sort of a Trojan horse as a gift, trying to use the divine to cut you down here with the Ace of Swords in order to take your crown, to rest on your laurels instead of their own. But you are cutting through these illusions here. We have the Star and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're cutting through the illusions that these people aren't quite as they haven't moved on from the past like they say they have, because they refuse to review and to learn the lessons of the subconscious here. So this is somebody that's running from their shadow, running from past deeds and the consequences of those past deeds here. Okay, so what is the advice for the collective while they are in this hermit mode? Let's get a different deck, actually. What's the advice for the collective while they're in this hermit mode? We have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this is again getting into that, taking the time to learn what you want out of the collaboration, learn what you want financially, maybe taking the time to learn new skills here. That's tapping into those ancestral gifts here and hidden talents. Basically planting the seeds for your future so that you can reap the harvest of your good work later on, and keeping this a secret. We have the King of Swords and the Hanged Man, with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck and the King of Pentacles at the top. So this is stepping into a position of authority and kind of taking stock of your mental facilities as well. with this vulture here, vultures are they're like the cleanup crew of the earth. So allowing that which needs to decay, cutting away the bullshit basically, and allowing your perspective to change here. Because when you take this time away and you spend this time with yourself, you may find that the things that you were passionate about before, you don't even really care too much about now. So coming into this union with the self in order to step into stability and legacy in the future. Any closing remarks? Whereas closing remark, we have strength here. So yeah, this is taking time away, if it's gonna focus. Mastering your passions here, and like tapping back in with your Kundalini energy and basically your creative energy, so that you can really bring what you have in your heart space into the physical here. You may need to spend time in meditation more. There's going to need to be a need for, oh sorry, I keep yawning, for solar plexus and sacral healing as well, so that you can really get out of the cycle of these draining collaborations and relationships and friendships that you've entered into in the past, because of illusions and because of manipulation of people who didn't know who they were. Yeah. Let's see, let's get a dark mirror oracle card for contemplation purposes here. What shadow aspect does my collective need to meditate on while they are in hermit mode here? What shadow aspect does my collective need to meditate on while they're in hermit mode here, Spirit? We have Bride in a Cage. So with this Bride in a Cage, it's like, I keep seeing this cage as bind runes. So this is like Isa and Gable energy here. So like a sacrifice of the self that only led to stagnation and delay. This is waning moon energy, number 21. So in order to reach this collaboration, in order to reach this relationship, in what ways have you stagnated yourself? In what ways have you sacrificed what you stand for? In what ways have your divine hospitality and your gifts and your contributions not been honored? There's also ancestral patterns here, because I am also seeing Othala, the rune of like the ancestors here, as well as Degas. This is so it's like understanding these ancestral patterns that have delayed you, so that you can ultimately make a sacrifice of yourself through going into this hermit mode to yourself, so that you can step into a new day where you're not feeling so constrained by the need for purity, by the need for marriage, I'm hearing. I don't know if that is significant. So it's like not feeling chained into the cycle of becoming married, becoming a wife to somebody who's just gonna like dog you out in the background here. And you know, marriage at the end of the day is just a business transaction here. So this may not necessarily be just about marriage, but it's about like the contracts that you enter into here. And with Queen of My World at the bottom of the deck here, it's like stepping into your own sovereignty, taking up your own sphere and living in your highest frequency here, instead of operating in this like apathetic, like colorless angel energy where you're like, woe is me. And like having your wings ripped out. Like this is giving me the image of like Maleficent, the movie where she was hanging out with the prince. I think he was a prince, and he like cut her wings off so she couldn't really return to the fairyland. So yeah, things like that need to be considered yeah, and I'll leave that there. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And then check out the description box below. If you need to book any sort of personal readings or energy healing sessions, all the information to do that will be down below. And with that, let's ride out, Outlaws.